Hello everybody, and welcome back to some Sagevivor Season 2 Gladiators. Now this episode was a double tribal, double eviction, depending on what kind of speak you talk. You know, whether it's Big Brother or Survivor talk, that is what it is regardless. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. We've got lots of things going on. The challenge is based in a way that they have a bunch of different urns in front of them, and each urn has something different, whether it's immunity for this round, immunity for the next tribal that's coming right after, so 2 immunities up for grab, various advantages and some good stuff and some bad stuff. Important to note that during this cycle, during the challenge, Dirk himself actually won an exile advantage, and he was exiled from the rest of the challenge on. So in the first part of this double eviction, Dirk is not able to vote, and Dirk was not able to really contribute in any other way because he was off on an island by himself. Now, I do want to note that Dirk did try to send his idol and certain things over to try to help out his buddy Caleb this episode, but he was on an island by himself, and that's just not allowed. Anyways, let's get into it and let's see the end result.
So, I got word from Elk that Snowy and Echo approached him saying that Dirk and I are some kind of power alliance and that we're possibly having an in with either Cam or Taylor, and I just can't believe this. Where did this even come from? Power alliance? An alliance with Taylor or Cam? So seriously though, this is going to be a little bit of an issue. I mean, good on them for noticing, but hopefully we can use this enough to target both Snowy and Echo, honestly. It's a little too bad that we couldn't keep Echo tame enough to, possibly work with later to flip on this other group. But if we can use this as ammunition against Snowy specifically, as well as some of what he's already done, and Echo, that's fine. Hopefully we can get rid of them and try to avoid anything crazy happening. I'm a little nervous that somebody's going to want to make some big move here, like Taylor and Sebastian or some shit, and this is going to end up bad for me, and that makes me very nervous. I'm hoping though that they see that it's better to work with us still now as a group of 2 than trying to join forces with a Snowy, Echo, Infinity trio that might just be able to overpower you at some point. But it does make me nervous. So I'm going to try a couple things today. I already have. I tried to message Echo again and say, basically, yeah, I voted with them, of course, but I think you're thinking that I am too much in the know than I actually am, which isn't true, but I'm hoping at least I can convince him, because I didn't explicitly say I want to keep you out of this vote. I just said I voted the way that I heard the numbers were going. And so there is a difference here. Whether he believes me or not, it's up to him, but I could see it being advantageous for him to try at least to be like, hey, okay, fine. If you're really just a number, let's make a move together. And at least I can be kept in for this vote too, that side, to see if anything's being pulled. I also try to do a little sneak move with Snowy. I already know that he heard from Dirk what Dirk was purchasing or putting his coins into. But I was hoping if I told him just on the side, that he might think, oh, I don't know if Dirk told him, or I'm kind of trying to hint at working with him or something, the fact that I'm letting him know. Because I also was yeah, I think you're still ahead of him, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. Again, he might just read right through that, but I just wanted to try to again, just kind of create these little cracks to make them maybe not as confident that I'm completely with the other side, in hopes that they try to bring me in. Because at the end of the day, they have 3. That's if Taylor and Sebastian or Cam don't try anything funny. Because I don't think that they'll pull Elk. I mean, I don't want to discredit Elk, but I really, truly, believe in like the relationships, the bonds that we've created. And so, I mean, if he wants to pull something, then good job, Elk. I mean, I can't plan for every little thing, or just assume everybody's trying to backstab me. Like, I have to put some trust in some people. So they would have to be able to pull some of those, either Sebastian, Taylor, and I'm sure they'd come as a combo, or Cam, to try to make some move. Again, I'm hoping that the other group sees it as advantageous to still work with Dirk and I. I'm hoping that they kind of are convinced that they're a group of 3, we're a group of 2, and that like they'll outnumber us later, and so that's why they'll just continue to work with us. Yeah, things are gonna get real interesting here too, because with this recharge thing with the tokens, I mean, we do have enough tokens where we can do that, but if we can just purchase it back for 3 coins, then why wouldn't we just use it and then purchase it back? Now, what's going to really suck is if we use it just to like protect Dirk, because that's what he's going to want to do, and then it doesn't actually matter and it's not actually repurchasable, and then we just wasted that shit for nothing. It's also kind of annoying that Dirk just gets this like a free insurance protection, and I'm gonna have to sit out in the cold on this one. So I did a little more strategizing this morning too. I kind of, touched base with my group and some others like Snowy, and Elk and such, to tell them like kind of what I would like, purposely tell them what I was purchasing to try to make them not purchase it. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going in for the extra vote. Like, I've been doing it for like all day and all night. So, like, you can go for it, but I probably haven't. And my hope is that I have so far enough ahead of anybody that it may have been deterring enough for them, that they wouldn't try to purchase it, which gives me the ability to, I just saw a baby fall from a stroller. That was wild. Which gives me the ability to put a bunch of tokens into mystery item or pot 5. Now, what's going to really suck is if I do all this and I end up getting screwed. I don't get pot 4, and I don't get pot 5, and I just screwed myself over. But if it works out, it may have been super smart and good strategy. So it sounds like quite a few people are going for the immunity necklaces for Final 9, Final 8. I know Snowy and Dirk are going for the idol clue. Elk is doing, I don't remember exactly, I think immunity and maybe a little bit in 6. And Infinity, I don't know exactly. And Sebastian, I don't know exactly. I don't like that he's been quiet about shit. So, yeah, honestly, it bothers me that Sebastian hasn't shared what he's purchasing. But anyway, hopefully, I mean, if things go perfectly, I could end up with 2 of the pots. Now, I'm not gonna get my hopes up, but it would be pretty fucking sweet.
Okay, so last tribal did not go as I expected whatsoever. I mean, I knew at least a few people were voting Andrew, but to be on the wrong side of a final 10 votes, 7-3, that is a horrible feeling, like knowing that you're now in the minority 7-2 because you voted in them, because one of them is obviously Andrew the vote, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I definitely was on the wrong side of that vote, but like I could have at first in my confessional I was pretty sad about it, but afterwards I went to people and I talked to them. I was like, hey, like, I'm sorry that we were on the wrong side of the votes, we can work something out, like if you need me as a number, I'm more than willing to hear it. And I had people like tell me that don't worry, we couldn't trust Andrew. I know you were close with Andrew, and I'm sorry, and things like that. And the chances that all of them are bullshitting and lying separately is pretty low, right? And it only takes one person, one of them to be telling the truth for it to be true. So yeah, I definitely feel like I had some pretty decent conversations with people. And Snowy actually told me, most were on Andrew, and he was right. So yeah, like he definitely has some very good sources, because He told me that Cam, Dirk, and Caleb are a trio and are running the game. That's almost certainly true. He told me that it was mostly going to be on Andrew. That's true, right? Obviously true. Now he's telling me that Dirk and I think is it him that tells me Dirk and Cam want me out? Let me just search up Dirk's name. Yeah, he says Cam and Dirk want you and Echo out next, and Caleb has just told me it's between him and Snowy and Echo. So, you know, this guy has some very good sources, right? So I really should not have doubted this guy. I thought he was being sneaky, but kind of isn't, because he's just telling the truth. So here's the thing, right? So this is my dilemma, right? So Caleb tells me most people are voting Snowy, and Snowy tells me it's 5 on Caleb, 3 on him, right? So, I mean, Snowy's got the better sources so far. So here's the thing, I feel like whichever one is true, I vote Snowy. Because here's the thing, if it's scenario A and Caleb is right, and most are on Snowy or Echo, whichever, if it's Snowy or Echo, whichever one, just replace one with the other, if that's the case, it's one of those two, I'm just voting with what most people are doing in that scenario, right? But, okay, let me explain, because this might not make sense at first. If it's 5-3, Caleb and Snowy, or Caleb and Echo, and I don't vote Caleb and I vote the other person, well, presumably that means it's a 4-4 tie. And here's the thing, right? I can make a move by flipping on Caleb at the revote. Yes, I thought of that. I hope that's not, you know, me being stupid, but I kind of thought of that, because, like, here's the thing. If most people are voting Snowy, I voted with most people. If it's 5-3 Caleb Snowy or Caleb Echo and it ends up being a 4-4 tie, I could just flip at the revote, right? And if another person flips, if another person is lying and they flip, well, I've just made it 5-3 and I voted with them. So it makes sense to me to vote Snowy or Echo, whichever one people are doing, assuming I'm not told a decoy vote, assuming that I'm told the truth, which Snowy is telling me that the target is him, so you know, and he's kind of like told me genuine, like, truthful things. So. And it's like, this is the thing, like, it's final 9, but there's 8 people because Dirk's in exile. So they really can't afford, because that's an 1/8 of the votes, they really can't afford to, like, leave, like, 1 or 2 people out of the vote, you know, because that's, like, 7 or 6. You know what I mean? So I kind of feel like I do that, you know, and I flip on Caleb. I either flip on Caleb or I vote with most people. And if someone else flips, it makes it, because if I flip and then someone else flips, it cancels each other out. I guess it goes to rocks. Because here's the thing, if the revote ties, I don't think anyone's expecting a unanimous decision, right? Because they say, you know, if you cannot make a unanimous decision, you will draw, those two will be safe, and you'll draw rocks, right? So, if I do that and, you know, a threat goes home, I can say that I contributed to it going to rocks, right? If I'm lucky enough to make it to the final. So, you know what I mean? So it feels like in pretty much every scenario, if not every scenario, I either make a move or set myself up to make a move. So, yeah. I'll add this in as well, so I don't know if you want to include this or you want to do something with this, but I'll add this in. Assuming, like, I vote Snowy and the majority is on Caleb, well, I've basically been telling people that I'm down for, the people who are voting Caleb, or I think that are voting Caleb, that I'm down for Caleb, right? So, hopefully they shouldn't suspect anything. I mean, if they do, I'm fucked, basically, but hopefully they shouldn't suspect anything, because if I pull up my DMs, right? From what I can gather, from what people have, like, told me privately in DMs, like, reading between the lines, it's gonna be, I think, Snowy, Seb, Taylor, and Echo voting for Caleb, and I'm supposed to vote Caleb as well. And then voting for Snowy or Echo is Caleb, obviously, Cam, obviously, because they're very close, and Elk, right? So, I mean, we'll see, but if I vote Snowy and the majority is on Caleb, I'm just gonna have to bullshit so hard, or I'm fucked, or you know what I mean, or I'm probably the next to go. You know what I mean? So, or if they find out, I can make up a story about Caleb basically strong arming me, and you know what I mean. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see.
So me and Taylor are in a very interesting position. You have Echo, Infinity, and Snowy, who are trying to get us to vote for Caleb. Then you have Dirk, who's on exile, so he's not in the equation. And so there's Cam and Caleb and possibly Elk, who are voting for Snowy. So it's like 3, and then me and Taylor are 2 in the middle. and we are actually contemplating flipping on the Moon Knight because we cannot beat Dirk, Cam, or Caleb in the end. We don't feel like, because they're such a strong 3. Like, everyone sees it. Like, if we don't get them out soon, like, they're gonna win. But we just don't know if like now is the right time or next tribal. Like, that's what we're unsure of. Like, there's a lot of things that can go wrong no matter what move we make. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, but there's a lot of things that can go right. So I don't know. I'm torn. Taylor's kind of torn. So this could literally go down to like the last minute before we decide what to do. So this tribal is gonna be interesting, and so will the next one if we don't flip. So stay tuned. Last tribal was kind of like this huge weight lifted off my shoulders because Andrew, I've been wanting him out for so long, and now it's finally on, and now I can move forward. And I already seem to be in like an interesting spot because I have Infinity and Echo who are like, I'm so sorry for voting for you. I really hope we can still work together. And you know, I am telling them that I'm open to it, and I am open to it. I just hope that they're not like, you know, playing me. But they're kind of like trying to like sway me and Taylor to their side because they're like, we see Cam, Dirk, and Caleb as the power trio, and me and Taylor are in an alliance with them, and we're like, but me and Taylor did intend on flipping on the alliance at some point soon. We just didn't exactly know when, but more than likely it'll be sometime during this double tribal. But there are a lot of things to consider, a lot. Like, how are Cam, who do we flip on? How are they going to react after tribal? When do we do it? Like, there's a lot of things. What is our path after we flip? Like, there's a lot of things to consider, but we're probably in like one of the best spots. But something else, there's like 2 things weighing on my mind. First one is that even if me and Taylor do flip them, we are 4 votes on a tribe of 9. We would need 1 more. But if they go after Snowy, like Cam, Dirk, and Caleb want to do Snowy, then that might put us in the swing vote position because we might be able to get Snowy to vote against one of them with Echo and Infinity, and then me and Taylor are like, what do we do now? Because we believe that Elk will side with them during the vote. So yeah, it just really depends on like who wins. Because if it's like Echo or Infinity that they want to target, then we're probably gonna like consider our options. Like, and then maybe we'll flip with the final 8 tribal. And then there's also the fact that Andrew openly said, I love you, Echo, I love you, Infinity, good luck. Like, that just makes me think that he's going to campaign for them on the jury, like, no matter what, you know? Like, if Echo's in the final 2, Andrew's voting for him. If Infinity's in the final 2, Andrew's voting for him. But that's gonna be in the back of my mind. So there's a lot of things to consider about this flip if we want to do it. And we do want to do it because they are the powerful 3. Like, I genuinely do believe that. And it's hard because I love all 3 of them. Like, they're all amazing. Like, we've gotten along so well. So this flip is going to be hard to do strategically and on, like, you know, a friendship personal level, you know? So I'm kind of looking forward to this, but I'm also kind of not because there's a lot of things that can go wrong, but a lot of things that can go right. So we'll see how this goes.
Alright, confessional time. I'm going to go back to last episode as well so you guys can get the full experience and my mindset and thought process through everything. But I'm not happy. I'm pissed. I'm actually very upset with how this last round went. So, after Jamal went home, I was very happy with that. Everyone basically dogpiled on him, which is fine with me. That's what I wanted. I think that's what a lot of people wanted. And I ended up leaving that tribal feeling relatively good. Snowy won immunity, that's fine. I'm okay with Snowy at this point. I think that we're cool, we're chilling, we're vibing, we're still, you know, good allies. He's still Tommy things and stuff like that. But when I'm talking to people about the vote and stuff like that, I know that Andrew's a target, don't get me wrong. I know that Andrew's a big threat that people don't really want to work with. And people were using the word that he was hated. So, me being a smart player in the game, why would I want to tie myself to someone that's that hated in the game? Like, sure, he was a good ally with me, and I wanted him to stay in the game, but I wasn't willing to, you know, throw my entire game away from him. Like, yeah, there's points that I was saying that I would have played an idol on him, blah, 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 which I probably would have. I probably would have played an idol on him if I thought I really had to, but what was pissing me off is that I'm going up to people, I'm saying that, listen, I get that Andrew has to go at one point, but I don't think it's smart for him to go now. I'm willing to hear you guys out. If you guys want to do Andrew, I'll do Andrew, but I think Sebastian's the move here. And if people were pushing back to me, like if Dirk, if Cam, if like Caleb were all telling me, you know what? Yeah, I'm considering like doing Sebastian here, but I do think an Andrew boot here would work. That's what allies are supposed to fucking do. Allies are supposed to come up to each other and be like, yeah, no, bro, I see your point, but I think that this is the better route. But no, these motherfuckers are one, ignoring me, two, lying to me. Like, Caleb's a pussy. Caleb's a big fat fucking pussy. Or not fat. I meant like fat in terms of like how big of a liar he is. Not like, I don't know if he's actually fat as a person, but I'm not calling him fat. Let me just throw that out there. But he's a big fucking pussy. I'm not gonna lie. This is the second time that he's known about a vote that I'm not allowed to know about, and he's left me on red all day and like explaining how he's busy or whatever. Like, fuck, dude, that's bullshit. This is the second time this has happened that you've lied to me about a vote. Now I'm kind of segueing onto this episode now because I'm just so heated about it because I get it. Like, Andrew had to go home at one point, but everyone fucking lied to me about it. And if I have people that I want to work with in the game telling me that, oh, I'm gonna vote out Sebastian here, I'm gonna vote fucking Sebastian because I want to fucking work with you people. I want to show you guys signs of loyalty, signs of fucking trust. And if you guys are lying to me about the fucking vote, and I vote the way that you guys fucking tell me how to vote, how the fuck am I the bad guy? Like, what? How does that make sense? And these people are lying to me because they think I'm close with Andrew or whatever. Bro, I'm close with him because he got voted out and he saved me at the DJ Tribal. I get it that you guys are still holding this inkling about me being inactive and you guys already voted me out, so you guys can't ever really trust me, but that's pussy shit. This is a game. Move on about that shit. I'm willing to put that. You guys voted me out, and I'm willing to put that aside. But you guys are still hung up about it and want me not in the loop about stuff. So fuck that, dude. And they tried using some dumb bullshit about, oh, I leaked the plan to infinity. I leaked stuff to infinity. Bro, the fuck are you talking about? Dirk told me that I leaked the Jamal plan to infinity when I told him the entire time that infinity was a plan in the Jamal thing. Like, we needed 6 votes, and without infinity in the know, then we wouldn't have the votes for Jamal. And even then, I didn't even fucking tell Infinity about the Jamal vote. Fucking Andrew did. So I don't know why the fuck I'm getting... They're making any bullshit excuse they can to make me untrustworthy. And I know it's maybe not Dirk and Caleb. Like, they're probably getting false information and misled by Cam. Cam, I don't know what the fuck I did you this game, but he's oh my god. I don't know what the fuck I did to Cam, but Cam has no trust in me whatsoever. He's saying shit that I leaked to infinity, that about like certain things he said, bro. And I fucking call him out on that bullshit. I'm like, yo, infinity. I'm not infinity. Yo, Cam, what shit am I saying to infinity? And I'll tell you like if I did or not. And he didn't say anything. He didn't say a fucking word. He didn't give me any specific example because these guys are bullshit lying ass pussies that, you know. I get it. You guys don't trust me. You guys don't want to trust me. But at least be a men about it and have the fucking balls to fucking tell me to my face that you don't want to work with me and you don't trust me. Not making these not gaslighting me into thinking I did something wrong or gaslighting me into thinking that, oh, I told Infinity information he wasn't supposed to know. Fuck you guys. So that's fucking bullshit. Like, oh my god, bro. Like, I don't mean to get this like heated about an org, but these guys are having terrible social game, and it makes me infuriated because it makes my game look like shit. Now it looks like I'm an underdog or I'm a fucking person who has no win equity in the game because I'm not making power decisions. And that's really what infuriates me because I'm generally making an effort with these people, trying to, you know, work my way in, trying to build these bonds with people, and people are denying me at the door. They're telling me, no, fuck you, Echo. You're too close with this one person. When, bro, you didn't even fucking give me an option to vote that person. You basically just assumed and left me out of the vote. So, as far as I'm concerned, Cam's dead to me, Dirk's dead to me, Caleb's dead to me, Sebastian's been dead to me. So, I don't want to work with any of those guys. And I know they're one big alliance now because fucking Dirk and Cam give me the same bullshit excuse. So, I wonder where they got that from. Like, it's so fucking obvious and blatant that these guys are working together that I was willing to lie to Snowy, I was willing to lie to Taylor about this vote and take out Sebastian to, you know, further my relationship with them because I knew they were in a good position. But now, it's fucking war, baby. It's fucking balls to the wall. I don't want to work with them. I don't care if they have any inkling of me not wanting to work with them. They can do what they want. And now I'm getting all this information from Snowy and shit like that about Caleb having an idle nullifier. Elk's telling me that people are worried of me and people want me to go home. Taylor is telling me this information about people being close with other people. And it's just like, the information that I'm getting is always last. I'm always the last person to get information, and it pisses me the fuck off because I don't know what to fucking do. I'm active now, but I think I was too inactive from the jump, and now I kind of dug myself in a grave. But it's very infuriating. I don't know what to do at this point. I'm glad I still have an idol in my back pocket, but now I have an idol nullifier to work about, and like this double tribal too. Like, it's just a lot of fucking shit. What time is it? I want to make sure I'm not. Alright, part 2 of my confessional. I had to stop my confessional, so I had to do the challenge. What was that? I don't know what I was saying, but I'm grinding out this challenge because I want to win Final 9 so I can cause some type of chaos at the Final 9 community or tribal council. Shake this game the fuck up, and then at Final 8, most likely use my idol if I have to, but I don't really want to because I want to keep that for as long as possible, especially with the idol nullifier in the game and the possible knowledge's powers in the game. I want to avoid using this idol as long as possible, and if I have to use it at Final 9 to make a move happen, I will, because at this point I'm done with the season. I'm fucking fed up with being left out of votes. I'm fucking fed up with not being in a power position where I can make these moves and stuff like that. I'm tired of being the underdog. I don't want to be the underdog. I don't want to go into tribal council being a Xander. I want to be someone that fucking people view as a threat or people want to take out because they're worried about my win equity. And I don't think that's happening right now. I think people are viewing me as a GOAT. And I hate that shit because I'm generally making an effort to make this game interesting, but people are leaving me out of the loop and people are not letting me know things that I believe I should be in the know for. But they're keeping me out of it for whatever fucking reason they want to keep me out of it. So, game plan. Win this immunity challenge, grind the fuck out, and then go balls to the wall at Final 9 to make sure Dirk or Cam go home. One of them two. Because at this point in the game, if Infinity or Elk go at the Final 9, or Taylor or Snowy, that's just not good for my game. No bueno. Actually, maybe not to Taylor and Snowy, but those two have not lied to me yet in this game. Snowy and Taylor are one of the only two people who haven't lied to me. They told me that they were voting Andrew, and I could have voted. If anything, I lied to them last vote. So they have every right to be mad at me, but they're not, because they know the position I'm in. So, as of right now, I'm going balls to the wall. I'm going to win this immunity because I have no work today. I just gotta hope that the time I slept last night doesn't impact the immunity challenge too much, and I actually can pull through with this one. But yeah, that's the game plan. Win Final 9 immunity, and then send fucking Dirk or Cam out of here. Or maybe Caleb, bro. Because if I get out Caleb at the Final 9, then I don't have to worry about the auto nullifier for the rest of the game. So, that's actually not a bad idea. Maybe I do get out Caleb. But I don't really want to get out Caleb, because I don't really view Caleb as a threat. I view Dirk and Cam as the decision makers of that group. Caleb, though, Caleb's a big pussy. His social game's terrible. Well, it's not terrible. He's a good guy, but if you're going to leave people in red and you're going to be inactive some days, then you're going to be viewed as a GOAT later down the road. So I'd rather take out his head bosses in Cam and Dirk than take out the person with their own nullifier. So I got roped Caleb back in. I was very pissed off last night, and I openly showed it to a lot of people. And that if that gets me out of the game, it gets me out of the game. But I'm not gonna sit here and be a pussy and be like, oh, you guys lied to me. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I get it. It's part of the game. No, I did that bullshit once. They voted me out, and I forgave them for it. Now they lied to me again. Voted out one of my closest allies. Well, not even one of my closest allies. Voted out someone that I was generally just working with because I thought it was better for my game. So fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, fuck the peace signs, we're going to war, baby. So, yeah, that's my mindset. I'm not letting them fuck me a 3rd time. They fucked me twice already, so now this one's on me. So, now it's balls to the wall. Now I know where I stand, and I'm fucking ready to go to war, baby. This season has had one majority ride in the fucking, not right in the middle. I had one majority riding the fucking power this entire fucking season, and I'm sick of it. I'm done. I'm sick of having these people get their way. It's time for a new fucking era, a new fucking dawn. It's balls to the wall, baby. the underdogs, the outcasts, the people not in the main circle, they're taking over. And whether that's now, tomorrow, or the final 7, it's happening. Whether they like it or not, if it takes me going home or an idol getting played, it's happening, bro. Cause I'm sick of getting lied to.
No, that was even more embarrassing than I expected. Like, obviously, the vote count went perfectly. Echo used an idol piece I didn't even know he had, which, love that for him. Caleb went out with all his advantages, which is even worse. Oh, that was just a little bit too perfect. Like, Elk and Cam voting me, that's fine. Cam running into my DMs saying like, oh, I would have voted Caleb if I knew. And I really don't care if he would or not, because it spread around so fast. Everyone flipped so fast. And now I'm in final 8 with Dirk as like the easiest vote out, because everyone's already planned to vote out Dirk. Love that. Going to final 7 with Pam and Echo still arguing, and Taylor and Sebastian being called out as the biggest snakes. Love that. Honestly, I'm set up to win with my idols. I'll need to see how this next vote goes, honestly. But if Dirk does go like near unanimously this round, Haley needs to give me my idol back and my daggers, along with her dagger, because Echo should be giving me his dagger idol to recharge. So I should have 3 idols by the end of this round. And Taylor will already have her own anyway. Love that. I don't see a way of me going out at the moment.
So as you can tell, in the first half of this double eviction or double tribal, Caleb was voted out and eliminated and sent off to the jury. One notable thing is I'm sure that there's 2 very big faces that you guys didn't see today. Both Taylor and Dirk kind of talked about both of the double eviction, like both of the tribals in one video. So I'm going to show more of them in the next one, and as it kind of pertains to that vote, as well as everybody else. But I just kind of wanted to note that, didn't exclude them. I know that they're fan favorites. That's the reason why. But anyways, that is it for this episode of Sagevivor Season 2. Make sure to smash that like button, not only to show your support for me, but to also show your support for the cast, and consider subscribing. That really does help us out a lot. I love you guys so much, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.